Lovelies, and welcome back to Bloodborne, and welcome back to this very dark cave in the Hunter's Nightmare, where there's something terrible lurking, because it's Bloodborne, and there's never not anything terrible lurking, quite frankly. There is always something terrible in the dark, and this being the Hunter's Nightmare, there's stuff that's more terrible than most, even in this game. It's coming! Do you recognise it? It's a blood-starved beast! It's a little one. It's a slightly smaller version of the blood-starved beast. Not any less vicious, though, as you can see. So it's a boss, but it's a boss that is now wandering around as a normal enemy. Just to give you an example... Ow! Okay. Right, we're going to get back to that point, and we're going to kill it. Okay? It's just an example of how horrific the Hunter's Nightmare actually is. What was formerly a boss is now just a normal enemy wandering around here in the dark in this vile cavern. Okay. Oh, he's got my souls. Souls? No, this is not Dark Souls. They're blood echoes, of course. Ah! Holy shit. As you can see, they've all got a serious case of the red eye, these guys. Because the priestly one screamed, unfortunately, and that buffs them and gives them lots more health and lots more damage and just makes them generally unpleasant. Come on! He's stuck. He's stuck on the terrain. And the red eye's worn off, so that's good. It's a temporary buff, so that's good to know. I mean, this area is totally optional. You don't even have to come here. But it does help. There are weapons down here, and there are one or two rather lovely items, as well as the blood-starved beast, which is not the best, but hey, what are you going to do? Vile thing. Hello! Alright then, come on. We can do... Oh, what the... Well, that's not supposed to happen. He fell out of the level. He just fell out of the cave through the wall. You know what? I'm going to take that. That's the amygdalan arm. This is where you find it, by the way. I'll take that. Any easy victory you can get in Bloodborne, my loves. My god. I'm quite pleased with that, actually. It means I don't have to fight him. Yay! Most pleased. There was a hunter here, by the way. I would have shown you me killing him because he is kind of interesting. You've got to sort of play around that large rock there. You've got to lead him in a merry dance around that because he's so difficult otherwise. But the video cocked up, so I'm sorry about that. Still, no great loss. He's dead. That's what matters, and we're about to be dead, actually. God almighty, these things are just sort of gathered out here. They're swarming out here, and they're vomiting blood at us. Yay! It's all very charming here in the Hunter's Nightmare, isn't it? Okay, I'm not fighting any of these because there's a big enough fight coming up. This is a very ungainly retreat. A very ungainly retreat indeed. There is a fight coming up, my loves. In fact, I would say it is the fight. It's the hardest fight in the bloody game. So... There's Simon, by the way. You can use his weapon, you know, his bow blade. It's really good. It's a really excellent piece of work. But it's one of those weapons where you've really got to get used to it. It's very odd, this fighting style. I'm going to cut out the Hunter's Dream, by the way. I'm just leveling up there, so there's nothing you're going to miss there. It's a weapon that is very quick, quite powerful, and which also doubles as a long-range weapon because it fires arrows. It's really, really weird. It requires a very particular fighting style and technique in order to use properly, and you need to really practice with it, but it is, if you can master it, it's actually really damn good. Really damn good. Oh god. Oh god. Ah! I'm being assaulted. Ow! Ah! Jesus. Okay. Right. We are now on the path to... Oh, there's my phone. I wonder who's trying to contact me. Doesn't matter. They can wait. Ugh. These dogs are really weird looking. They look as if they're like wet with blood, which is not nice. I love the architecture in the Hunter's Nightmare because of the the nature of the place. Everything is twisted. All of the angles and the framing of the place is so strange. This is vile. Look at this. These corpses everywhere. Ah! Shit! Speaking of... Thank you very much. That's not a hunter, is it? That's just a person. That's a hunter, though! That's definitely a hunter, amidst the corpses there. I say they're corpses, and technically they are, but they're also alive. Or rather, they are animate. They are aware of their hideous states, and we'll see that in a moment. Hello, you! Ah! You're actually quite tough. That said... the indignity. Gotcha! Oh, I'm not going to make that. So let's just hit him, and hope for the best. There we go. Look at this. We're heading towards an area called the Underground Corpse Pile for obvious reasons. Oh, he's got my blood echoes. I don't remember dying here, but there we go. There's another hunter up there, and he's a real pain. He's got the red eye. Look at this. Oh my god, the state of this place. It is grotesque, isn't it? This is the run-up to a very particular boss's area, Ludwig the Accursed. You may have heard me talk about him before on this commentary, and indeed on others. He is the hardest boss in Bloodborne. There are a few potential contenders for that, but most people would say that Ludwig is the hardest boss, and on New Game Plus he definitely is. I will give him a go on my own, but he's probably one of the few bosses in this entire playthrough where I probably will have to summon help. And I will... there's no shame in that whatsoever. On New Game Plus, Ludwig the Accursed is a bastard. He's so difficult. Also one of my favourite bosses. I mean, the design of him is look at that. Look at that. That is beautiful, isn't it? Look at that. That clock tower up there, that's where we're headed. That's the Astral Clock Tower, where the Lady Maria awaits. But yeah, Ludwig's design is incredible. He is the most monstrous and malformed of all of the bosses in a game that's not really shy of monstrous and malformed things, really. Speaking of, we're being attacked by them now. I'm just going to head through here and activate the lantern, because that's going to be of great help. Ah, there we go. Right. Now, there's an area down here that we need to explore. This is the chapel, or rather it's the Hunter's Nightmare equivalent of the chapel where we entered Old Yarnum by, where we had to activate the coffin. It's also where we first met Alfred. There's a summon point there. We probably will make use of that at some point. Right. This is tricky. There's a hunter right up there, and he's a tough hunter. He has got the old red eye thing going on, which makes him rather tough. However, I might be able to get the drop on him. Or he might be able to get the drop on us. Yeah, the ones with the red eye, tough. Much more aggressive, lots more health, do a lot more damage. Harder to stagger as well. Look, his health is amazing. But so vulnerable to being visceral. If you can get the pattern of that down, you're alright. There we go. Right. There's a pit of crows down there, and we kind of want to avoid them if possible. However... there we go! Got some cheaty damage in on them there. It's very easy to fall into that, all unwittingly, and end up dead. Look at the blood and the corpses. This is what Ludwig the Accursed has wrought, by the way. Ludwig is one of the founders of the Healing Church. He is also one of the founders of the Hunters as a phenomenon. Now, watch. Keep your eye on... What was that? Something just fell from the sky. It's like a snail person. And it fell from up there. That's kind of a hint of what's coming later. It fell from another level of the nightmare. The whirligig saw, this is where you find it, my loves, and it is brilliant. What a weapon. What a weapon. A lot of hunters really favour that one. It requires, again, like all the weapons, it requires a very particular play style in order to get the best out of, but if you can master it, it's a stunner of a weapon. Because it does sustain damage. If you've got it in its heavy form, you can just hold down one of the buttons and it will just keep doing damage as long as you've got some stamina left. It's really good. Right. I'm being fired on by... And I'm also being assaulted by a giant Lovecraftian monster. So, this is, yeah, just a normal day in the Hunter's Nightmare, really. Right, I think before we go and face Ludwig, we'd best go back to the Hunter's Dream, just to renew ourselves. But yeah, Ludwig was one of, alongside Gehrman and Lawrence, one of the founders of the Healing Church. So you can imagine... he has become, like all of the priests of the Healing Church, has become one of the nastier monsters. In fact, arguably the nastiest. And he's ended up here in the Hunter's Nightmare. I mean, it's kind of ignominious in a way, and it's no wonder that the Church doesn't want anyone to know about it. If certain circles of hunters realised that Ludwig, their saint, their prophet, had ended up as an abomination, then... oh, look at this guy. Aha! If you kill him, you always get 5 blood vials. So worth doing. Right, we're going to attempt Ludwig on our own first. And then we'll try him with some allies. I have absolutely no shame whatsoever in calling allies for this fight. It is ridiculously hard, this one. Here we go. I hope you're ready for this.
Please help us.
Uh-oh.
Alongside this, the great terror.
Oh, look at the state of him. The accursed is right. Yes, those are eyes on the interior of a mouth.
Have mercy. Have mercy upon us.
I mean, look at that. He is rank. Of all the monsters that have been created by the Church's abuses of the blood, he is the most monstrous and is one of the hardest bosses. He is ridiculous. There's no good way of doing him. There's no technique, really. And in this form, he doesn't really have a pattern. That attack can sometimes kill you in one hit, sometimes it doesn't. And he never stops, he never relents, so you've just got to keep at it. I would say there are no harder bosses in this game than him. Certainly not on New Game Plus. He is a nightmare. Oh! Okay, right. We're going to attempt him with allies. He is beautiful. As you noticed, he's wearing the church garb. That's kind of cool, isn't it? By the way, this isn't the second time I've fought him. He's killed me so many times, it's unbelievable. I've tried him a few times without allies, and I just can't do him. So we're gonna attack him as a party. All right, you come on. Oh God, he's so hard to get a bead on. Because he's moving all the time and in the most erratic patterns imaginable. He does telegraph his attacks, but the telegraphs are often very similar and difficult to make out because you're moving all the time. I've got a lot of time for people who do this on their own, and people have done it. I've looked it up, there are videos, you know. My God, well done to you. Well done to you guys. Ah! He's vomiting arcane ectoplasm at us. Nice, eh? he is a chaotic boss. As you already know, Lawrence is here too. His partner Lawrence is here too, but he's a very different kettle of fish from this one. Okay, here we go. Listen for the soundtrack change.
You were at my side all along. My true mentor, my guiding moonlight.
Yeah. He has a holy moonlight blade. In fact, in the original version of the game, that's where you get it from. You normally can't fight him with the holy moonlight blade, because this is where you get it from. But this is New Game Plus, so I've already got it. He's very tough in this form. He's actually a little bit more predictable in this form and telegraphs his attacks a bit more, but he's also much stronger. And there are certain attacks he does that can kill you in one go. Oh, this is going very well. This is going very... Oh, back off! Back off! That AoE attack, if he hits you with that, it will kill you. It will just do sustained damage until it kills you. He is ridiculously hard. And it's a sincere moment of celebration when we finally defeat him. One of the hardest bosses in Bloodborne, my loves, and I'm very, very happy about that. Thank you so much to my allies, because I couldn't have done it without them. Believe me, I tried. I really did. So thank you so much to my cooperators there. Oh, his head is over there. Yeah, he's not entirely dead. He's still around. We can go and talk to him, actually. We can go and talk to him, even though he's just a disembodied head. In fact, we probably will go and do that. Hello? Hey, Ludwig.
Good hunter, have you seen the thread of light?
The what now?
Just a hair, a fleeting thing. Yet I clung to it, steeped as I was in the stench of blood and beasts. I never wanted to know what it really was. Really, I didn't.
As you can imagine, Ludwig has gone quietly insane down here by himself. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get anything else out of him. Not in this garb, anyway. However, what we can do, we can actually change into another hunter's garb, and that he'll say something different then. If we come to him wearing Black Church garb, because he is the founder of the Black Church Hunters. If you looked, he was wearing their garb when we fought him. Bit like shreds of it anyway, like a malformed version of it. Okay, you. Yeah, he's just going to do that again. Right, I'm just going to put on, where are we? The Black Church garb, that'll do it. You can wear Gascoigne's as well, because Gascoigne is a Black Church hunter.
Tell me, good hunter of the church, have you seen the light? Church hunters, the honorable Spartans. I hoped they would be.
I always say yes to him, so I'm going to say no this time.
Oh my, just as I feared. Then a beast-possessed degenerate was I, as my detractors made eminently clear.
That's closer to the truth, actually. That's why he ended up like this, you know? Now,
the nightmare never ends.
not for you, my love. Not for you. Okay. No, we've lost him. Now, you can kill him yourself if you want, but I'm not going to. I'm going to let Simon do it for me when he turns up. Simon has a lot of regard for Ludwig there, and basically puts him out of his misery with a well-aimed arrow to the eye. So we'll let him do that, because it gives Simon some unique dialogue, if nothing else. Okay, what garb are we going to wear? Because this is going to get tough now. He was protecting some of the really deep and dark, serious sins of the Healing Church, and we're going to now delve deep, deep, deep into them. We're going to see exactly what the bloody Healing Church was up to. What shall we wear for this most august occasion? Executioner's garb is good. It's a little bit, I don't know, it's a bit, God, you wouldn't be want to wearing white under these circumstances, would you? My God, it won't remain white for very long. Bleh.
Shrouded by night, but with steady stride. Colored by blood, but always clear of mind.
Alright.
Proud under the church. Beasts are accursed, and curses shackled.
Ah.
Only ye the true blades of the church.
Okie dokie. Whatever you say, sir. Oh, it's locked. Okay. Right, so... there are cells around here in which people are being kept. Hunters, by the looks of it. But for what purpose? Who knows? Hello! Ah, it's Church Warden. Now, this is a fragment of the nightmare which is born of the Healing Church. Or rather, the early Healing Church. Because this is it's a memory. It's a memory of the experiments that the church performed when it first found the medium of healing blood, before it really realised how to administer it properly as a healing medium. And as you can imagine, it created atrocities and abominations, and that's exactly what the Healing Church did in its experiments. And we're going to see them. We're going to see them all. Ah, yes. This is a very, very deep cell with a very particular hunter in it. Braga, the beast hunter.
Are you a hunter? Well, that's very odd.
It is, isn't it?
Do you hear the toll of the bell?
I'm going to say yes.
Liar.
Oh, okay.
Such pettiness will be your undoing.
Okie dokie.
The beast you seek will not be found here.
Oh, I'm not so sure about that.
Not hunt. And if you have the chance, put this knife behind you. Places better left untouched. Secrets better left alone.
Yeah, he's kind of right.
So brazenly wrong.
He's basically one of the church hunters who has come here to protect the secrets of the church. And he'll do it by any means necessary. There's quite a lot of them, actually, and others who have just become lost here. They've become sealed in the nightmare, which is kind of cool, really, isn't it? The Hunter's Nightmare is it's my kind of jam. I love it. I love it here. And, oh, hang on. Hello. There's an item in there. I can see it glowing. Oh, very big hunter. Oh my God, look at the size of them. Whoa! Very big. That's the Fist of Gracia. It's a really weird close combat weapon where you use your fists. It's like a big knuckle duster. It's really weird. Ah, okay. This is... oh, can you see them? The eyes glowing in the dark. It's some rats. Yeah. I love the glowing eyes. That is a fantastic touch. Yeah. And you! Oof. I mean, ostensibly this is supposed to be like a hospital. You don't want rats wandering around. Look at the beds with all the surgical implements and the Great One's wisdom. Yeah, that's unsurprising, because that's what they were trying to facilitate here. Transcendence through the blood. Look, there's the blood. You can see it in the drips. And there are, of course, vicars and church hunters here. A white church hunter and a black church hunter. A lot of people, it's never been confirmed one way or the other, but a lot of people think that that white church hunter up there, the one behind her, is using all of the arcane attacks. A lot of people think that that's Vicar Amelia. Like her human side that's become trapped here somehow, separated from her beast state, and trapped here in the Hunter's Nightmare. I mean, I don't think it is, but it's possible. And that would be kind of fun, wouldn't it? If it is. As to who the Black Church Hunter is, I think she's just a random Black Church Hunter. She doesn't really have a name. But if you lead her down here, you can separate them. And that gives you a much more fighting chance. I tell you what, against any hunter-based enemy, any human enemy, the Augur of Ebrietas is borderline broken. You can just keep them at arm's length and just keep blatting them with it. It's really good. These two are really difficult as well, by the way. They take some killing, especially if you fight them as they are, up in the hall there, which is, I don't think how you're supposed to do it. I think it's designed so that you lead at least one of them down here and kill them like this, so you separate them a bit. That certainly makes more sense than fighting them together. Come on. Wow, she ducked under my shot. That's kind of cool. She's actually got one of Ludwig's swords as well. That's Ludwig's Holy Blade she's got there. Which is also one of my favourite weapons. When I'm playing the game through for the first time on the normal game, that's usually the one I take through to the end. Because it's got... the normal form of it is really quick and very, very easy to use, whereas the giant form is phenomenally devastating. On her own, this one's really easy. Oh, she's using her arcane attacks. Not going to have that. Thank you. Yeah, there we go. Together, they're very difficult. Apart, then they're nothing special. Very unpleasant of the game, though, to throw them at you directly after Ludwig. That's horrible. Hello. Interesting altar here. Some interesting symbolism going on as well. There's like a corpse on the table, and there's a beast coming from underneath it, if you look. And then there's the bell, book, and candle, which are typically symbols used in exorcisms. Ha ha ha. Secrets to be revealed, my loves. We're now heading up into the research halls of the healing church as they were. Before the church really was the church, when it was still very much a nascent organization. This is where the darkest secrets are kept. And it's this that they don't want you to see, effectively. Right, before I do anything, I just need to go back to Hunter's Dream, which I'll cut out, obviously. I don't, because I'm just going to level up. And then we need to go back down to the underground corpse pile, because we'll meet Simon down there for the next part of his quest. There he is. And as I said, he's granted Ludwig a bit of peace.
He's well and truly gone now. A tragic figure. But he will shame himself no longer.
Yeah, thanks to me.
He died with his ideals untarnished. He was a true hero, and earned that much at least.
Are you sure about that?
Here. This is Ludwig's guiding light, the blinding thread that led and misled that consummate hero.
We've already got it. The Holy Moonlight Sword. Wonderful. Love it.
You know why the hunters are drawn to this nightmare? Because it sprouted from their very misdeeds. Things that some would rather keep secret.
Oh, yes.
A pitiful tale of petty arrogance, really. High time someone exposed the whole charade.
Oh, yes.
Now, go on ahead. You seek nightmares and the secrets within, do you not?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We want to know. We want to see. And for that, we need to go up into... Oh, there he is. That's actually another hunter. That's Hunter Yamamura, who, like us, is an outsider. He's a foreigner to Yharnam. And has a very, very particular outfit. You know, if you play the original Dark Souls, if you do the DLC for the original Dark Souls, you will meet a character who looks nothing like all of the other characters in the game. He looks nothing like the knights. He looks like a character from Yharnam. And he even mentions being drawn across time and space. This is underneath the altar, by the way. Look at that. Very particular symbolism. And something awaits us here. Lawrence's skull. Now, if we go back to where Lawrence fell, he'll wake up. And we can fight him. But before that, let's go down here. What have we here? The church cannon. One of, obviously, a bit of a pun, you know, cannon having a dual meaning here. But it's all, the church cannon is one of the strongest heavy weapons you can get. Certainly one of the strongest firearms you can get. Now we want to bring it down again so we can stand on the upper level and take it up. There's a lot of toing and froing in this area. But yeah, if you didn't know that was there, you'd never find Lawrence's skull and never realise that you can actually fight him. Up we go. Now, I said Ludwig was the hardest boss in the game, and that's to a degree true, but Lawrence gives him a run for his money. Lawrence the First Vicar is a very, very, very tough old bird indeed. In a different way to Ludwig, in a very different way to Ludwig. He's much more predictable, he's got a very set patterns, but if he catches you at all in one of his combos, you're dead. You are dead as a doornail. Here we are. Ah, Scrabbly! Hello! We're going to see lots of agonized and tormented creatures down here. Like this person, for example.
Has anyone seen my eyes?
Look at the head pulsating.
Afraid I've dropped them in a puddle.
This...
Seems pale now.
yeah. This is what the Healing Church did to people.
Has anyone seen my eyes? I am afraid I've dropped them in a puddle.
Oh dear.
Seems pale now.
Just as Mensis and Yargul snatched people from the streets for their occult experiments, so too did the Healing Church, another Scrabbly there, and it did this to them. It experimented on them with all of the knowledge that it found it took from Bergenworth and from the Chalice dungeons, from old Thumeria, and it did this to people. All of these creatures talk of, if you listen closely, they all talk of water imagery, like aquatic imagery. They talk of oceans and of puddles and of streams. That has particular significance a little later on. Here we go. These are some of the failed experiments, who are just wandering around mad with insight. Quite a lot of them as well. Before the church ascended as the preeminent power in Yharnam, this is what it did. In its search for transcendence, this is what was born. Horrors, effectively. Horror and madness. But of course, I mean, what else do you expect? Oh, this one's a bit tougher than the others. These naked ones are very, very tough, and you have to kill them very quickly. Don't tread on the raised plate there. If you do, that happens. Basically, the bookshelf there explodes, and all this crap, like arcane stuff, goes over you. Down he goes. Yeah, so this is where it all happened. This is... Oh, here's another.
Lady Murray, save me, please. I don't hear anything.
Oh.
Oh. Lady Murray, save me, please. I don't hear anything.
Yeah. God knows what has become of them, what has happened to them, but they can actually perceive another level of the nightmare and of dreaming. Ah, some slightly elderly scholars and researchers here by the looks of it. Aha! Not that they're going to last much longer. Oh my god, look at the center of the room. Yeah. These experiments were hideous. What was done to these people? It was obscene. Beyond anything Yargul or Mensis attempted. There are also lots of lifts in this place, for whatever reason. Ah, now this is one of the inner sanctums. And, hello.
You, Lady Maria? No. You're someone else.
I most certainly am.
Please, could you do something for me?
That depends.
I need brain fluid.
You need what?
Murky, mushy brain fluid.
Lovely.
Please, could you do something for me?
Right.
I need brain.
So, we need to find some brain fluid for her. Ew. God almighty. It's horrific, isn't it? Truly horrific. And there is brain fluid to be found, my loves. It's worth doing, actually. You can get a very particular item from that character. If you give her, I think it's 3 lots of brain fluid you need, and only very certain creatures give it to you. So, these are slightly different. These ones are a bit more bestial. They climb on walls and ceilings and things. They are not nice. They remind me a bit of the lickers from Resident Evil. They've got that quality about them. Oh, look at you! My god. No? No way through the curtain? Oh well. Oh. Oh, he survived! Look! Haha! Must have survived the fall. Well, that's alright. He won't survive this. Okay, so... We've opened up quite a lot of this area, actually. We're not doing too badly. Hello. Very easy to get lost in this area. Especially later on, because it changes. The architecture physically changes after we've activated a particular device. It reminds me a little bit, and I think it's very deliberate, it reminds me a little bit of the Grand Archives from Dark Souls, where you find Sif, the dragon. Interestingly, a place where similarly arcane experiments have been performed. Look at this. Wow. Beautiful. And somewhere out there is the Nightmare of Mensis as well, and the Nightmare Frontier, and all layers of dreaming. Hello.
Blip, blop. Blip, blop.
Okay.
Splish, splash, splish, splash.
See, it's all water imagery.
Blop.
And that is Very deliberate. Very deliberate indeed. Okay, now where are we going? Right, so... Oh, it's a rat, okay. It's a very tough rat. What happened there? Oh, and there's another one. Hello. Where did you drop down from? I don't suppose it matters. Now, this staircase seems to go nowhere. It's curious, isn't it? Of course, there's a lot more to it than that. This being what it is. I love the fact that this isn't literally the research halls of the Healing Church. Rather, it's a dream of them. It's a memory of them. Sealed away here in the nightmare as a kind of testimony to what they did. It's a record of sin, effectively. That's what the Hunter's Nightmare is in general. It's so that they don't get away with it. What the hell was that? Okay, let's try up this way. Oh, there's another one wandering around. Hello! I'm not sure all these patients should be out of their rooms, you know. I'm not sure some of them should be out of bed, to be honest. Looks like quite a few of them could do with sedating. Is there something behind me? No, I'm fine. Ah, did you see it? The one hiding behind the bookcase. I mean, at the moment they're not too aggressive. They become very aggressive later on. Aha! Hidden doorway. Oh, and there's lots of them coming out of that doorway now. That one was going to headbutt me. I mean, given the heads they've got, you really don't want to be headbutted by them, do you? Ugh. So much for sanctity and saintliness, eh? Hello? Oh my god, look at the state of this. Oh. It's horrific.
Someone help me. I'm guilty. I know. But I won't do it again. I promise. Darkness. It frightens me. And compresses from its very depths.
Yeah.
Lady Maria, please take my hand. Please help me. Don't let me drown.
Don't let me drown. Interesting term, interesting use of terminology. Yeah, it's fascinating. I love the way this area tells story. It's brilliant and presages what's to come. These big dudes who are carrying around their own drips are very, very, very hard to kill. They're very tough and they can kill you in a few strikes, really. Look, they are so aggressive and very, very, very strong. Gotcha. There we go. Fortunately, they're not very common. There's only a couple of them. 2, I think, in total. We're trying to get up. We're trying to head to the very heights of this place, if we can. And to open everything up. There are so many little tunnels and corridors and shortcuts through this place. So, what have we got here? Oh, an antidote. That's going to be useful. There's a hunter there. Now, I could fight her, but I'm not going to. Oh, yeah, that's the best way of doing that. And if you look up there, there's an old guy in a wheelchair, and he's going to start firing his Gatling gun at those guys. Oh, you see the one that's waiting for me. Gotta be very careful of it. Oh! Not that one. The one that's round the corner. Ow! My god, they take off a lot of health when they headbutt you. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Very nice. Is he going to kill them or what? There we go, that's more like it. I don't want this one sneaking up behind me, so I'm going to take it out. Come on, you. There you go. They're very tough when they mob you. Don't let this one grab you. If it grabs you, it pours poison down your throat. Not nice. Now, where are we going? It's so easy to get lost here. I love these little, like, surgical theatres. It's... Ugh. The implication is just foul. Ooh, lots of treasures to be found around here. It's worth exploring every inch of this place. You never know what you're gonna find. Unless you've played it before, like me. And even I've gotten... I get lost quite a bit in this area. Right, we're gonna have to make our way up here, so we're gonna have to get past this guy, which is going to be a bit tricky. Okay, let's just run and see if we can make it. What normally happens is if he catches you in the crossfire, he knocks you off, and then you die. Okay. Which way are we going? Let's try down here first. Ah! Can we open this? Excellent. Now, where are we? Ah, yes! This is the way down. This will activate the shortcut, so this is well worth doing. Very good. Very, very good indeed. And we're back here. Back in the central area, so that's good. Okie dokie. Where are we going next? I think we still got to make our way up. I've got loads of blood echoes, though. Should I go and spend them? I suppose I should, shouldn't I? Just in case. That said, there's a lot more to be had. That's the thing. There is a little secret area through here as well, there, which you can only access by jumping off the lift. But it's essential to do so. This is how you get to Gramps as well. Where's he gone? Did we kill him? Oh, okay, fair enough. Ah!
Plip, plop, plip, plop, plip, plop.
Okay. This one's just a head.
Maria, I'm a robin. Will I ever grow up and become an egg? What say you? Lady Maria. Lady Maria, say something. Anything.
That you're mistaking me for someone else. This is where we get the first bit of brain fluid from. These are the creatures that give it to you. Brain fluid! And also they're immortal. It will just inflate again, and it will be alive again. They, unfortunately, you can kill them. Once you've killed them, they don't give you any more brain fluid, so now we've got to go and find a couple of others. But that's kind of like one of the ultimate evolutions of these wretches. They become just heads. The heads detach from the bodies eventually. It's kind of gross. Unfortunately, the bodies stay animated, so there are quite a few headless bodies wandering around here. Okay. Where do we go from here?
Lady Maria, what say you?
Blah blah blah
Say
blah. I
something.
could jump across to there, I suppose, or fall down there. Could fall down there? Yeah, why not? Ooh, that wasn't so bad. Of course, once we've activated this device in the middle, which causes the entire central area to raise up, all of these floors change. Okay, so where do we go from here? Lots of blood echoes. Lots of blood echoes. It's a bit of a maze, this part of the game. It takes a long while before you can figure it out as well. It really does. Okay, where do we go? Where do we go from here? Should we head up? I suppose we should head up. I've got to finish exploring the upper floors. Before that, though... Oh yes, I can give you some of the brain fluid now, can't I?
Please. I need brain fluid.
Yummy.
Oh, thank you. You're terribly kind.
I'm not sure about that. Oh. I don't even want to know.
Oh, it's wonderful. Oh. I hear the sticky sound. Do you hear it too? Oh, I know. Will you have my blood as thanks? I'll have you know, I was once a blood saint too.
Oh, so she was actually a member of the
Did you ever
church.
run dry of saint's blood?
I'm alright, thank you. I've actually got some of her blood from the previous game.
Oh. Oh.
But she'll need 2 more doses before she transforms fully. 2 more doses. Okay. This area is going to change very soon as well. Is Simon here yet? Nope, not yet. Maybe when we come back. He will move up here eventually. As I say, cutting out the hunter's dream. You don't need to see me leveling up and fixing my weapons and whatnot. It's dull. Now, is Simon here, I wonder? To provide some much needed commentary. He's kind of dry, is Simon. He's got this kind of like gallows distance from everything that's happening around him. Is he here yet? No, not yet. That's unusual. Maybe when we elevate the central area he'll turn up. Yeah, gotta be careful of this stuff. It is highly toxic. There we go. Have we got the key to open this yet? I don't think we do. No, not yet. Need the balcony key. Who gives you... I think Adela in there gives you the balcony key, if I remember correctly. When you've given her a second dose of brain fluid, and that's where you get the black sky eye from. I've already got it, obviously, so I don't need it. I wonder where in Yarnum this lab is located, because it is in Yarnum somewhere, or was, once upon a time. Some of the areas it's connected to would suggest that it's somewhere in the upper cathedral ward, which would make sense. Right, okay. Okay, you. Okay. If I'm lucky, I'll be able to knock him off the edge, which would suit me fine. Down you go! Yay. That went very well. Hello, sir. I mean, I'm assuming it is a sir. It's hard to tell. Ow! Ow! That's what happens if you tread on those raised tiles. Just because, you know. Right, I need to go up. Up, 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 up. And this time I think it's just a case of ascending as high as possible. Until we get literally up into the rafters. Unfortunately, there is a big old monster up here. Now, if I can lure him down, sometimes you can get him to walk over the edge, and that would be most useful. Come on, you. Oh, something just died. This is a tricky area to fight these things in. If you can get him activated, you can get him to walk over the edge sometimes, or knock him over the edge. Which is very useful. Or he knocks you over the edge, yeah? One way or the other. The implication here is that the insight that's been forced upon these creatures has driven them mad. They can't bear to see what they see or hear what they hear. and they are obviously in perpetual pain. It's lovely, really, isn't it? Oof, cripes. Gotcha. Oh, that's very useful. Look at him killing them there. And apparently having a great deal of fun doing it. You keep at it, man. You enjoy yourself. Okay, this is a very, very, very high point indeed, and if we fall, we're gonna die. So let's not do that, eh? If we can help it. There's also a second dose of brain fluid up here somewhere. Oh god. Now this reminds me of the archives in Dark Souls 3. Oh god, a crow has just fallen down. God damn it. Hello you. Ew. Goodbye. And there are rats as well. Bloody hell. Okay, let's go this way. Give them the runaround, why not? Ah, another one of Maria's pupils here.
Listen close, and you too will hear the sound of water.
See? What?
Listen close, the sound.
The sound of water. Yeah. Bodies of water have a very particular metaphysical resonance in this game, as they do in Dark Souls 3. In Dark Souls 3 there's the mention of the deep, even though it's never defined what the deep actually is. It seems to be an ocean of metaphysics, very, 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 very like the great sea of dreams in which the Great Ones swim, where they derive from, and which links all the layers and levels of dreaming together in this game. Okay, here we go. This is what we want. Yes. That's more like it. That's exactly what we want. Oh, he's gone. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. That crow is worth pursuing, bizarrely. He does have a unique item on him. Not, like, significant, but a unique item nonetheless. And second dose of brain fluid. Hello. They're oddly joyous, these head things.
How curiously the sea churns, like a storm, but like the rain, only gentle, like dripping water. It bellows from deep inside of me.
Okay.
Here it comes, up through my inside, but gently, like little droplets.
Very strange. But don't worry, she's back. And just as joyous as ever. Okay, so now the entire area has changed and is well worth exploring over again. Because certain areas have opened up, there are now new areas that are accessible. It's kind of cool. Happens a lot in these games, I've noticed. There's often like a device that does something like that, alters the... Oh fuck, these things are loose now as well. The really rabid ones are loose now. And they're very tough! Oh, well, there we go. When we come back, my loves, more sins of the Healing Church unveiled. Until then, bye-bye!